Hello, welcome to the lesson 3 of this model. In this lesson, we are going to learn how we can create our first C# application and how we can run our C# application using this .NET CLI. In this series, we are going to use Visual Studio Code so that if you are using Mac Linux, you can still follow this using Visual Studio Code, because if you are using Visual Studio, is available only on Windows. So unless you are using Windows, and I know most of you guys are using Mac, Linux, and all that. So when you are using Visual Studio Code, you need to use .NET CLI to create your new project and run project. But if you are using Visual Studio, you can go ahead and sometimes you just run, then it will run and all that, because as I said, with Visual Studio, everything is in there for you. So we still can do C# development with Visual Studio. So the first Visual Studio Code, the first thing that you need to do is that make sure you have this extension installed. So when you want to do C# development with Visual Studio Code, you need to make sure that you have this extension installed. So when you open your extension search bar, you can type in C#, and then this is going to pop up for you, and then make sure you have this extension installed so that you can follow up, because with this extension you are going to have some kind of intelligence and then some support, right? Yeah. So when you have this extension installed, and now we do have the .NET SDK installed, it means that we are going to take advantage of the .NET CLI. So what we are going to do is that anytime that you are about to run .NET CLI, you need to call the .NET. So we're going to type in .NET. So we say .NET, right? So we have .NET, and what we are going to do is that we are going to do new. So we are creating a new application. So we say that new, and what type of application do we want to create? And when you are creating a C# application, it's a console application. And if you are creating a backend with .NET, you are going to say that web API. There is a lot of template that you can use in C# .NET CLI. There is a lot of templates that you can use, but with this series we are focusing on C#. So with C# we are using the console. So we are going to say that okay, .NET new, but we want to create a console. So we say that console, and we hit enter. So we are seeing something is happening. So the .NET SDK is helping us to pull this template, right? So we do have this template right now, and then you can see that we have some folders generated for us, and in top there you see we have these folders with the Visual Studio icon and all that. Don't worry about these folders, but I'm going to explain this one. So let's start from the top one. So if you are coming from JavaScript background, or if you are new to programming, and this is your first time, you see, when you are creating a project, sometimes you need something that will help you to keep your package. I want to explain it in the beginner session, right? In the beginner level. So when you are creating JavaScript application, probably you are going to have package.json, and then what the package.json does is that it's contain all the packages and everything that you are using for that project. So if another developer pick your project, they will see that okay, this is what you use, right? So in here, when we open this folder, you see that when you open this file, you see we have .NET 8. It means that if every developer pick this project, you know that okay, this project is using .NET 8. So that is how it works. So this one, in a simple or in a beginner section, we can see that it's contain all the packages or everything about our project. So it's telling us the kind of version that we are using. If we are using a package, it's going to tell us the kind of package we are using. So in the second one, you see that we also have the same one, but this time around the name is changing. Instead of we have the SLN extension, and then this one, when you open this, you can see VS Code normally highlight this for us, but when you open this, nothing is happening, nothing is highlighting. It's all plain text. The thing is that with C# we have something we call solution. So when you check this once, you see that we do have this Microsoft Visual Studio solution file. So this is a solution, and what solution does is that solution is the main boss. So something like JavaScript, where if you don't have something like node models and all that, you won't be able to run your application. You need to install them. But this in the context of C#, this solution folder here, in a simple terms, we can say that it's helping us to run the C# code. So before we can run the C# code, we need to have the solution. So the solution is the main boss, and we are going to talk about solution as we move on with this series, where we are going to learn how we can create a solution, and later on we add projects to it and all that. Yeah, so by now what you need to keep in mind is that solution help us to run the Java the C# code. So before we can run the C# code here, we need to have a solution. So when you delete the solution, the code is not going to run. Yeah, so it's helping us. It's contain all the information that we need to run the code. So you can see CPU, debug, and all this. Don't worry about this test. Just keep in mind that it's helps us to run our code. So you can see that we have program.cs. So you can create a lot of files. If you are working on a project, you can create a lot of files. By default, when you create a C# application, you are going to have program.cs, and that is where your program normally run, where your program start from. So I made mention when in the previous lesson that C# is an object-oriented program language, but in here you see that we do not have package.main. So if you are familiar with Java, you see when you open Java application, you see package.main and all that. Yeah, with this version of C#, you don't need to use that, right? But don't worry. When you are doing a certain things, sometimes you need to bring it. But at this point, don't worry. What you need to keep in mind that you can run your code in program.cs. So we have the program.cs. So you see, we can delete this. So when you delete this, now we only have console.writeLine. And what the console.writeLine is doing is that it's helping us to print this hello world in the console. So in other programming languages, there is a way of printing something, and I think in JavaScript you can see that is it console or something like this. So you can do in Python you can say something like print line and print and all these things. Yeah, so basically we are trying to print something in the console because this is a console application. Remember, we created a console application. It means that everything we are going to do is console, and console means that we are going to run it on our terminal, right? So let's go and try another one. So let's say if I do console, and you see, remember that I said that C# is a type safe. So anytime you start typing something, you see, so when I'm doing something which is not right, I'm getting an error. So I'm getting an error, and the code cannot run because what I'm doing is not right. So when you put your mouse on it, you see the type or the namespace could not be found. So we are talking about type here. So C# is type safe when you are working with C#, and you have to be very careful because if you are not doing something right, instant you are going to get an error, so that you can go ahead and then change that. So now let me write something like console. This is your first hello world. we can print a lot of things. So we can go ahead and do console dot. We don't need to write the bring the read key. So let's say that let's write something, and you could see that whilst I'm writing, something is helping me. You know, there was auto suggest, and this is Copilot. Copilot is a tool from Microsoft that helps you to speed up your development process, and it can do a lot of things for you. So you can check it out. You search for Copilot on your browser, you find it. You can try the free trial, and then it's not free, so you can buy and then use it. It's gonna help you. Yeah. So now I have this code and I want to see that it's working. How can I do that? So since we are using .NET CLI, it means that if we want to run this code, we need to go ahead and then run a command to run this code, since we are using CLI, right? So if you're using Visual Studio, you see an interface or where you can click run and everything will run for you. But here we have to run the CLI because we are using it here. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to bring the terminal here, and then I'm going to do .NET. So remember that anytime that we want to work with the CLI, the first thing that we need to do is that we do .NET, right? So we do .NET run because I want to run this application. So we just do .NET run, and you see that we are getting this one here. So everything here, all the thing that we have here now is here. So you see now we have .NET run. So .NET run basically is running this program, .cs, and then the extension. So if I in JavaScript, you do JS. So if I do index.js, you see this is changing to JavaScript. So in C# we also do .cs. So every programming language have their own extension. So we're gonna use this one. So this is how we create C# application with .NET CLI, and this is how you run it. You hit your .NET run, and it's gonna run the application for you. So congratulations, you have successfully created your first C# console application, and I'll see you in the next module where we'll go deep on how to work with C#. Thank you. I'll see you.